That's gonna be so cool. That had a cap on it and it blew it off. So that is a stick, oak stick. Whittled it down and beat it in. Morning, guys. Look how pretty she looks in the morning. Got the paddles off because they don't hold air and they were going flat and we don't want to ruin them. So we've got these on here. Today's the last day to work on this Sandrail. We've dynoed it. We took it to the dunes. You had fun at the dunes, right?
Dunes were a blast.
Dunes were a blast. And it ran really well. But everybody expected more horsepower. John, the owner, has been talking to the guys that build it and talking to Pat, the kid that dynoed it for us. And they've almost came to the conclusion it might be off a tooth on timing. And we need to do a compression test. Make sure everything's happy. That would suck to have problems. It ran really well, but before he could pull wheelies, but now he's got a bigger transaxle, so that is eating more horsepower. Taller gears, so that cuts down your horsepower. So there was, and different sand, but even on the streets in St. George, he said any time before with just the 6.0, just the LQ4, it would just pull the wheels up, and he couldn't do it.
We seemed to get them up all right.
But
who knows?
I mean, we didn't have it. He says you could drag the whole back end as high as you wanted.
We didn't do that.
And we couldn't do that.
Yeah, we couldn't do that.
So he was not happy. He had fun at the sand dunes and the car's a blast. The gears are a little taller from first to second. It's a pretty good jump. The guy that built the motor looked at the dyno spec sheet and said that it's down 100 horse, he figures. He figures 100 horse and 100 torque.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Since my buggy only had 68 horse to start with.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But that's not our problem. It sucks, and I feel bad for him. And going to the dyno, talking to Pat, he finally decided which intake he wants, so the parts showed up. So we're going to build an intake and maybe do compression tests. We got to measure shocks, because this thing's going to Arizona to get bigger heim joints. And dual bypass shocks all the way around, bigger and better things. So we need to do a little measuring and a little building. How's your aluminum skills? Ready to test them out this morning?
We can do it. It'll work.
I think it's going to work good.
It'll work.
Let's roll this thing off and have a look at it again. The worst issue we had at the sand dunes is we couldn't find hot to the fans. This ground was here, so we hooked it up and we just ran a jumper to the battery right here and was plugging. Let go. It doesn't want to let go. Little jumper wire right there. We was just plugging in once it started. We found a wire that was unhooked, grounded it. We can't make this one hot. There's 2 fan plugs. The only plug's fan connector. The only ones we never could plug in.
This one's getting hot now.
But that one's hot. I'm guessing they wanted one for each fan, but it's gonna run 2.
I mean, it run 160 degrees all day.
With
the fans running.
Never got hot.
And we hardly ever shut it off.
So the radiator's plenty. Fans are plenty.
Yep.
It's good. We're going to take this intake off because we're going to change that anyways, get it out of the way. And we're going to clean this mess up, get the fans plugged into a factory harness, and then build an intake.
Sounds like a plan.
Peeling these harnesses back. Don't have that plug. That's another fun thing of just having a car show up, is you get what came, not what you need. We've got these factory sealed plugs that already splits from 1 to 2. We'll catch both fans and it'll be clean. All right, so tuner Pat, every intake he does, he upgrades to LS3 mass airflow sensor. He sold this tubing and adapters, and then he told me on Amazon it's a lot cheaper. So if you're not in a hurry, just order them. So we'll mark that, cut the hole out on the bottom of this intake, and you'll see. You won't even know it's in there. All you'll see is smooth, shiny pipe. These are long. They sold different lengths, but we got them long so we could get them right. So if you grab that one, Dad, we're going to have to do some overlapping, cut these things off, and decide where we're welding this bung in at. So if we cut those both in half, wherever we want the weld, we could put the weld right at the bottom. Just cut one. And then there's bolt holes right there. We could put a tab off the side and bolt them in. Tuner Pat, this is how he builds them all. He builds a lot of trucks, a lot of, how did he word it? Crap boxes. cheap junk with turbos that makes lots of horsepower. Yeah. And then he builds these for intakes. Changes the mass airflow from that big old ugly one to a little bolt in smooth one. So this one, that thing will be right in the middle on the bottom. Right there. And the wiring will be underneath. You won't even know it's there, but it'll be there working. The air-fuel ratio is going to change with that new sensor, which will change the tune. It'll run rich or lean. Yep. So we've got to run it with this until we can go tune it again. Yeah. Should we make some marks?
Yeah.
Decide where to cut these. Like if we cut that much off, then we could hang it back a little bit more and see exactly where we want.
We could actually come back.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, but once it's lower, it's going to change it to, it's almost going to be like right there.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
By the time it comes back a little bit, just for the bend, just to get the neck up, I think as long as there's enough flat to get that boot on, we could start necking up. Let's try her.
See what happens.
That's not bad right there. Then we'll leave just enough for the air filter boot. Put 2 marks on it.
Yeah.
Long mark and a short mark.
Yeah, we can pop that one.
Polish that up and do some welder stuff. Spool gun or TIG?
We'll just TIG it.
And then we'll come up with some mounts.
I've got some aluminum angle. We can cut a little piece of angle and dish it, weld it,
saddle it,
and just self-tap right into there.
All the shroud is. So we'd just be going into the shroud. That's so handy. Thank you, Pat. It's going to look nice, too. He's going to polish up all your aluminum when it gets home. He wants to shine the old girl up. So this is the finishing touch for him. He's excited.
Cool. We'll help him out.
All right, guys, we want to interrupt this video, and thanks to Factor for sponsoring today's video. We built our first fire of the year, and it's late at night. I worked through lunchtime, getting ready to ship calves this weekend. I'm tired. I'm ready for bed, and so I'm eating lunch for dinner. And so I went with the grilled steakhouse filet mignon, because why not have a steak late at night? Like, that's the best thing you can do. That looks good too, doesn't it? 2 minutes, we can cook this, be ready to eat. While that's cooking, what I love about Factor is it's quick and it's healthy. If I didn't have this in the fridge at home to plan on, I probably would have stopped at the local gas station, got some chips and a pop and stuff that's not good for you. So it's easier to come home knowing there is a high protein, healthy option for me. So I'm not just taking in carbs and junk I don't need. Factor takes all the guesswork out of it. They do all the homework and they've doubled their menu size. Am I gonna have to share this or just eat it all? That's perfect. That's pretty good. Like, that's thick. Look at that thing. It's tender, easy to cut. That is excellent. So I love Factor, and I think you guys will too. And so if you want to check it out, go to factor75.com or click the link below in the description and use code FROST FB50 to get 50% off of your first Factor box plus free breakfast for a year. That's factor75.com to get 50% off of your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Go ahead and go to factor75.com and use our code and get you some filet mignon. You guys are gonna love it. And with that, let's get back to the video. I've got to do some zip tying, clean that up. We've got one plug to 2 fans that's gonna sit, tuck under. Looks so much better. Turn the key on, little switch in there. Bueno. That's pretty good. What do you think? It's clean?
Clean.
And it's hot. Why are you preheating it?
Well, I cleaned it with acetone, and I'm just burning the acetone off, so to stick.
Making your way around, huh?
Yeah, that thing got hot fast. She got hot pretty fast.
Well, for another little bit, you'll be planted right there, won't you?
For a little bit.
Got tired of the old battery. Changed the battery because it's going back to the tuner, and it's really hard with one person to hook a jump pack up, leave it, run it, unhook it. So that's in. Seat's going back in while this continues. Looking pretty good, old welder.
You know,
You can fake your way through anything.
it's not bad for my second time.
You can fake his way.
I really haven't tigged a lot, so I haven't done very much with that TIG, so.
How'd the sleeves hold up?
I love these things.
They're good, aren't they?
They're awesome.
They're nice. So the next step is to weld this little bung adapter for the sensor, and it's got to be flat because you want the air going straight through it, not in a bend. So if we put it right here, just on the back side, kind of hard to show you, but right there, we'll cut the inside out so it's a hole, and then set that over it and weld it. That thing fits perfect. If you'll grab your marker and marker this, so you can just trace the inside or the outside and line it back up. Kind of moved it, but we'll get it more perfect-ish. Lay it on and make it exact.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna work good.
It goes just like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that fits perfect.
We'll get that hole cut and get her welded on. We didn't have shoulder harnesses for the kids when we hit the dunes, because they took them out when they put the transaxle in, and we didn't have time. So I've got one, almost 2 in. They work pretty slick, really. Just like the fronts. So you want to find the middle of the person, which is that bolt. So we're gonna go to this side of that bolt. Lay it how it goes, just like that. Right where person is sitting. Fish it through. There we go. Get a finger on it. Let's see.
And
That's
it
that
just
one.
hooks back to itself.
And then we'll just fish it back through the latch. So I'm sure most of you guys know how to hook these up, but we'll feed it back through, and then you're hooked right to the cage.
Perfect.
Kids
Right on.
probably would have felt a little safer, but they had a ball. They did not.
They laughed the whole time.
They didn't feel scared or not safe. They felt safe the whole time. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, that sort of worked. Made a hole. Anyways, get her buffed up and welded. The sensor won't care if it's perfect square or not.
Just wouldn't fit in that little vise.
Yeah.
We'll make it square.
They call that stacking dimes, don't they?
Mine's more like dollar bills.
Dollar's worth more.
Big, bigger, and they're not as cool.
He doesn't give himself enough credit. But just like anything, practice makes perfect. It's hard to just take flat metal and weld all day, but every project's getting better. So, when this thing leaves here, it's going to Arizona, getting bigger heims, new suspension, I've said all that. We need to take the limiting straps off. They are there to protect the axles so they don't go too far. But he asked me to take them off and jack it up and just see how long of a stroke these shocks have. So I'm gonna get, that's not even too tight, that'll come right off there. I was gonna get an impact. Too tight for fingers. It's teasing me. It wants to be. That was faster and less painful to watch. Okay. Get a floor jack and a tape measure. Let's see what they are. That tire's just squeaking around, and it's only an inch more than the limiting strap. If we measure the chrome, starts up in there, let's just send it up in there. How about 15 inches? 15 inches of travel, that's not bad. So we could do the same with the fronts. Maybe I'll just take a nut off. Not that big a deal. Let's jack it up. Big guy ought to put some weight into it. There we go. That makes the front 9 inches. 9s and 15s. There you go. I guess the guy could always put a hoop up taller to get some more, but you don't need that much more. Maybe if you're flat landing or something, you could always use more. That's pretty good. That was not bad. Can you even see that in there? Barely. Looks pretty nice. So now we just need to mount it. Something like that. Cut that out of the angle iron. It'll just saddle around it, and we'll self-tapper it in, and we'll be mounted. The worst part of it is these wires aren't long enough, and we have to run this setup up there. Tell the programming. Already did this once. Thought I put enough extra in. Oh well. You just gonna plasma that out?
Yeah, I'll just put it on the arc droid. I just want to make sure I'm going to be close. Then I'm just going to machine that out. Go over that screw.
I'm about to get some wires started. How's that coming?
It's good. No bracket built.
Let's slide it in there. See how it looks. Not bad. That'll be nice.
I think it'll work.
Yeah. About have to tack it on here for the angle to be right.
You mark that side right there. Just a little line up in line with it. And I know where I gotta go to.
That's gonna be so cool. It's gonna look good. She's just sitting there purty, ready to work. We just need that sensor, which my mother ran to Kanab, had to go get some stuff anyways, so she was parts runner today. And we went and got milkshakes.
Yep, I got no Oreo.
Mine didn't make it, but they're good.
They're pretty good.
Thank you, Shelly. Oh, they're delicious. Okay, once that's on, that's the last thing, I believe. We've measured shocks, seat belts.
We need to compression test it.
I think he's going to in St. George. So the more they look at the dyno sheet, there's been a lot of, why did I build this motor and have less power? Well, the injectors were pretty much peaking out, and so he couldn't advance the timing anymore. And so he needs injectors. They're going to add 8 degrees of timing, and he needs more fuel. That's pretty much what it comes down to, is he tuned it to the injectors, to the fuel he had. And so he's going to hold off on the Pro Charger, or he was going to go with some AFR heads, get 50 more horse, or maybe a Pro Charger, but he's going to order bigger injectors and tuner again. The intake, the colder air between the hot air and not enough fuel, the timing isn't where they want it. So they're thinking they can still almost squeak another 100 horse out of this thing just with tuning and fuel. Colder air.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's insane. Yeah. So there's definitely, I mean, you could feel that it ran good, but not what you expect with a 408, maybe a stock 6.0. It'll be super interesting. We'll just see how the tuning goes. If they can fix all that in the tuning, we're going to have to meet up with him and go for another ride. But we got to get that intake bolted on so I know where are these wires, how long they need to be. And then I'll splice this plug in. Then we're done. Then we're hauling her back to St. George tomorrow, dropping her off at the dyno. I was hoping to drive it one last time, but we'll just see. We might run out of daylight.
It has headlights.
Ooh.
They work.
Let's go drive it.
We tried them.
You know what? Let's go drive it tonight. Because I got to go change water, and then there's a benefit game helping a young kid in our community, so I got to go to that. We'll see you guys tonight.
All right. Judy got back. Got us a mass airflow sensor. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Like that. And then we got some screws that came with this. I'll just screw it down. And then I can put the intake on the car. Okay. Just like that. Now let's go put it on the car. And this thing is done. Well, just about all we can do to it. Just like that. I got a couple of screws that go down in here. One there and one on the other side. And then I can put the air filter on it. It's good to go. Okay, there it is. This is pretty ugly. But as soon as it gets retuned, this will all go away, and then the filter will hook right there. If it was mine, I would put a 90 on it and turn it straight down and put the filter right here. That way, when the radiator's sucking air, it'll suck cold air through that intake, and it'll give you more power.
We're after the game, and it's nighttime, but we're just finishing a few things up. Look at this long old sensor wire, but it's temporary permanent. I've heard my whole life, but sitting here taping things up, and it's like, what else is left? What have we forgot? And then the guy looks down and sees a wooden plug.
If you remember, we lost that out on the sand dunes.
I don't think they remember.
Oh, you probably don't remember. We lost that on the sand dunes. So Sean carved a stick. We was
driving and stopped, and oil everywhere. It's like, what in the crap? That had a cap on it, and it blew it off. So that is a stick, oak stick, right where we parked. Whittled it down and beat it in. That's almost like sentimental or ornamental. Like we could put that on the shelf. Like, what is that for? This one time, we was on the dunes.
Fire starter. So we're going to pinch that together and just weld it. And then he won't have trouble with it anymore. You don't have to worry about it.
I think so. It's just an extra return line. It's off the factory truck, so that's another return for the brake booster.
Yeah.
But we're just going to plug it. Flattish.
Yeah, squoze it together. Now let's put a little weld on it. It'll be good.
If you notice, I put a hoodie on. She's a little chilly at night. It's dark out. And our neighbors love us. Thank you for being good neighbors. But we've never tested the headlights out on this before. So this trip is solely to test headlights. It wouldn't be to test the new intake, right?
Right. Or just the headlight.
Just the headlights.
See how Riley does with speed.
So once it gets retuned and we move this sensor, that'll get an elbow and the air filter down. Or that's what I imagine. But for right now, it's right there. The middle passenger is going to want to hold that air filter. Top the power steering off. Top the water off. Riley's going to go for a ride.
Absolutely.
Yes, he is. Key on.
Let's go. Let's go like that.
Fans on. Lights on. Oh, yeah. They look bright out there.
Oh, turn those on.
I turned the, maybe I went too far. They on yet? Just those. Well, we're going to test these two lights out. Let's test the lights out.
Test the lights out.
Hey, someone broke our air filter. We're headed to a place in Mexico. Undisclosed location. Well, we made it back. Runs better.
Finally. Yeah, it was kind of a miss and sputtering son of a gun there for a while.
Low on gas. Imagine that. We pert near ran out of gas. Filled her up. We're going to have to go try it again. But
I'm thinking that's probably why it was sputtering so bad at the sand dunes.
we ripped it a few more times than we thought and never topped her off.
Yep.
Intake's a little noisy, but it's not sucking hot air. So that's up out of the hot zone. How it gets dealt with from here will kind of depend on what he wants.
Yeah.
But man, this has been a fun project, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, really kind of inspired me for yours, honestly. Totally different cars, but same footprint. Getting some wires straightened out, and hopefully we'll take it down to Pat, the same guy, and he's going to help us get the Honda running.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's way exciting.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Yep.
Boost. There's no replacement for displacement. 408's big,
Right.
but boost is going to be cool.
Boost will be cool. I think that thing will run really good for what it is. It's not on the level of this, but it's going to work.
It's going to be
nice.
so fun.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Light. It's going to be fast. You won't be able to keep up with it. We'll be lengthening it out. We'll
We'll
having
just put
fun.
a wheelie bar on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little wheel that rolls.
Like I told him on this. He's telling me how it did the wheelies all the time. I says, we'll just put you a golf cart wheel right on the back.
Just let
right
it
where
roll.
the skid plate hits, and it'll hit that tire. That's not a bad idea, he said. Oh,
Well, we're heading out. It's been a night. It's dark.
it's time to go to bed.
Let's go to bed. So thank you guys. Thanks for tagging along, and hope you enjoyed the aluminum TIGging. You did good.
Starting to figure that TIG out. Maybe I should use it more.
Use it more. It's a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep following along because there's cool stuff coming.
The Model A's coming
One day. It's coming.
sooner than you think.
Hang on for that. See you guys.